Welcome to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. I'm going to be hosting and playing on my own server, and I'm going to be making this a expert mode as soon as I log in. I haven't played this pack, and I've never played the expert mode, but I haven't played this pack in at least 8 years. So this is going to be nostalgic. Take a little while to load, see if we can't spot anything interesting. Looks like we have pillars from thaumcraft. Special biomes from Biomes Plenty. Overall, it's not a bad spawn. Well, let's take care of some of the sounds. Let's bring down the creatures, the environment. Alright. Open blocks. Tinker. I love this mod. And a quest book. Oh, yeah. We're going to try and keep this as close to 0 as possible while still on hard mode. Oh, and they are at the pillar. What's the I'm gonna try to stay clear of these guys. Ooh, great wood tree. That'll be interesting. Okay, that's the hats hotkey. Okay, J's for the map. Oh, nice. We have an AE meteorite right here. That's there you go. Let's turn off that grid. And where can we settle down? I like this plains biome, but we do need a bunch of wood nearby for fuel. Let's go exploring for a little bit. Oh, I can't forget. I need to perfect. So we should be getting not too much lag. Perfect. What are we getting? Game rendering. Yeah, that should to be expected. Ooh, a little bit of water. Maybe you can find some clay. We're gonna need sand and clay to make grout. Yeah, oh, that's good. Grab some of these. We're going to need paper to make some early tinker's tools. That could be a nice little spot right here. I'm trying that quarried stone. Ooh, berries. These are going to be a great source of food early on. And because we're playing hard mode, we are going to want to keep up. We're going to want to keep our hunger up because it's going to cost us dearly. Alright, well, it's becoming nighttime already, so let's... And this is part of expert mode. You're only going to get a very few amount of oak wood per plant. You're only going to get so many wood. You're only going to get 2 wood planks per oak log. And when we make our crafting table, we're going to make a crafting station, just because these keep the tools and the materials inside of them like a chest. Very useful in the beginning. Okay, I'm going to want to dig in for the night because monsters are going to come out. Let's see. We're going to need a little bit more wood. Explosions have been left on for the creepers, so we're going to try and not get killed and lose all of our items in the first night. But you know how it is. We always start with a nice wooden pickaxe. A few recipes have changed from normal mode to expert mode. I'm a big fan of a little bit of a challenge, so this isn't the complete end of the world, but a lot of the durability has changed as well for the tools, which is going to make it even more interesting. So we're going to want at least 8 for the slab furnace. And pop this guy right here. Block the entrance, and that way we can start digging out the little area and see if we can't make a nope I'm trying to make the apple juice. Maybe it's... If I remember correctly... No, it's not going to show me. This is usually a nice early form of... Is it cobblestone? We're gonna need a few more of these anyways. So we can't start with a sword either. The swords in this pack either have to come from Tinker's Construct or they will break almost immediately. I swear there's... That's not a mixer. I see a skeleton on a spider right out there. I don't want to stay clear of that for a while. Gather some cobblestone so we don't end up wasting this night. sit? Can I cook one of these? Let's see if it's a slab. Is it pressure plate? Ooh, that was a lot of dislocated pedestal. There it is, the juicer. I just had the recipe inverted. There we go, for some apple juice. And we can get blueberry juice. That way we have an early source of food. That is just a bit on the extreme. That's a blitz. That'd be useful if I had a decent weapon to take him on with, but fortunately we are stuck to dwarf life for the foreseeable future. But at least I can collect lots of materials that I'll be able to use throughout the day once I can get some wood safely. Okay. These are going to be useful. Let's check the quest book while we're here. Click to show quests. It's like a whole new game. So get 16 wood log. We're going to start with that. And go back here. What's speaking bad? Unlock 2 other quests. Okay. Sufficiently advanced tech. Can I open these? Botania. Oh, that's a mod I haven't played with in a while. The Thaumcraft. And the Twilight Zone. These are bringing back memories. I had a lot of fun playing this growing up. If Oop, already got a friend. Oh, there's something coming up. If we can kill these guys, we can get some rotten flesh and zombie brains. Zombie brains we're not going to be using for quite a while, but the rotten flesh we can turn into monster jerky. So that is going to be our plan. We're not going to be killing them by punching them. We're just waiting for the sun to come up, and the sun will take care of them. That creeper, though, is going to be a problem. Those creepers are going to be a problem. Ooh, a zombie head. That's really useful. I believe it's witchery that uses the zombie heads. Okay, so off we go. Try and find you know what, I'm gonna get a bit of that great wood because I cannot guarantee there will be great wood where I'm going, and now that I have a bit of food, we can afford to travel. I am curious though what this is. River cane. Interesting. If I remember correctly, these trees sometimes spawn critters. Okay, not this one. Perfect. Let's just grab a handful of these. And that should be fine. Might as well grab a silver wood log as well. Ooh. More correctly, Thaumcraft uses these. We're just collecting a bunch of stuff to look up later. Oh, poison ivy. Gotta be careful. It's a nice flat area. Ooh. I'm going to pick a few of these. Just a nice little trim. Where are we heading to? Be nice to find a village. I feel like a village would be a great idea. Ooh, there's another AE meteorite. This way. You can't collect the AE stuff just yet, but it is good to know where they're located. Ooh, a nice bog. We'll come back for you at a later date. Ooh, raspberries. We don't have those yet. Are these more raspberries? Oh, they are. Let's grab a few. You can always grow more. I think we're gonna head back towards the plain because as much as I like trees for fuel, I am not the biggest fan of cutting down whole forests just to set up camp. I gotta keep an eye on those bushes for poison ivies. So, if this is a bog, this is a jungle, this is a forest, probably going to want to head southeast for a more cleared base camp location. Oh, hello, friend. Ooh, thanks. Oh, that doesn't drop anything. So one of the first things we're going to want to make is a smeltery. This smeltery is from Tinker's Construct, and it's going to require clay, sand, and gravel. And all of that can make, I believe it makes grout. And with this grout, we can cook it in a furnace. Ooh, a witch. Those will hurt if I let her throw potions at me. So yeah, the grout will turn into the blocks for the smeltery, and those blocks are going to be the base of our ore multiplication in the beginning. So very important indeed. We could make a boat and travel across the ocean. That could be an option, because as much as I like this plane, it's a bit too close to spawn for my liking. Any chests in here? Dispenser. Ooh, look at that. That is one. I am one lucky guy. Wood tie. I'll leave these here. I'm just gonna take one. Ooh, those are cool. Those are the slime islands, I believe. We should gather some, oh, what is this? Dried dirt. What is this biome? Wasteland. Huh. It's very eerie. Let's not forget to grab some wood while it's still daylight. I think we take a chance and make a boat and cross the ocean. Who knows what's on the other side, but adventure awaits, and when we settle down, we're gonna settle down, so might as well explore while we still have the chance. Okay, let's make a boat like this. Actually, let's make some tools while we're at it. One axe and one pick. And actually, let's make a shovel as well, because we're going to want to pick up as much clay as possible. Okay, let's put these in inventory. There we go. It's looking a little bit more organized. Perfect. This green colored water is really cool. Green's my favorite color, so this definitely would make a sweet spot to stay. But again, it's a bit too close to the spawn for my liking, so we're going to set out and explore. And it looks like don't have to go too far. So this looks like the plains biome continues off. This is a little bit more mountainous though. Let's see. You can see the oil. I miss collecting oil in Minecraft. That was one fun adventure. Setting up pumps and all that fun stuff, and pipes, and we'll get to do that this time. I don't know if this is the most optimal way of doing things, but again, I'm not a person that enjoys chasing what's the most optimal. I find that the most optimal way to play anything is a way that provides the most fun. Because if you're not having fun, well, it's not really optimal, because you're not going to be doing much. So, this is a nice oil offshoot. It goes really high up. So what do we have? We have islands, looks like. I'm just exploring because the map will get cleared up. So if I'm ever looking for something like the AE2 meteorites, or I'm looking for oil or these flying islands. Well, I'll already have them mapped out, so it won't be too hard to find. Well, it looks like a snow biome over here. Snow biomes can be fun. The only problem I have with snow biomes, though, is that the snow ends up accumulating on everything. And when you're trying to build, well, you have to clear away the snow before you can place down blocks. And that in itself is going to cost a lot of shovels, which I'm not sure if I'm willing to commit to just yet. So let's keep exploring. And the moon is coming up, sun's going down. So we're going to check this out. It looks like the snow biome continues on for a while. Spruce is one of my favorite woods in Minecraft. So if I can collect some saplings, I would be very grateful. Perfect. Now that we have the one, let's head out away from danger. That's a skeleton. So let's quickly replace our boat, grab a crafting station, and head out. It looks like we have possibly a jungle biome in the distance. Yeah, that snow biome keeps on going. What do we have? Oh yeah, look at that. Makes for a very beautiful shot though on the map. That's for sure. Bit too mountainous of an area right here. Too many hills. So let's go around the snow biome. Ooh, that's a thaumcraft node. At least it wasn't a hungry one. We would have ended our journey a bit short. It looks like we don't have to worry about our hunger while we're on a boat. That's pretty neat. Just trying to keep track of where I am on the map so that we can see if we're missing anything. Like this island up there behind the clouds. Ooh, could that be lava? Buckets are notoriously difficult in this mod pack. As you saw when I opened my inventory, I had iron plates looked up because we're going to need iron plates to make buckets. So having a bit of a plan going into this wouldn't be the worst idea. Maybe stay away from the coast while it's still night. I could get some of that coal though on the up there. Make some torches. Oh, well, I guess that's what we're doing. We can hide out here as well. That might not be a bad idea. copper. We don't need copper at the start. Not just yet. If you're wondering why I didn't take both diamonds, well, because it's always nice to leave things around. As much as you enjoyed discovering a chest full of free loot, you know that the next person will enjoy it just as much, if not more, than you did. And that's always nice. Nice to spread that a little bit of joy from time to time. Even if there is nobody else on the server. It's just a habit. Alright, let's spruce it up. We're going to need... Can we mix and match? That would be nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. I want to make... I've never made these before, but I was looking at this pack a little bit, and it looks like we have these are available for storage, and that had me very interested. So it's just 4 chests with some planks. That's not too bad at all. And then you connect these up with one of these, and you could basically have a primal, not a primal, a sort of a medieval AE system. So it's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it. But this stuff's going to take a lot. See, it's going to take an assembly table, and the assembly table is a work of its own, to say the least. So these are a little bit of a medium-term goal, so you may call. Let's see if we've got a bit of light. These trees look really cool. I would like a... What can I drop? What can I drop? Oh, there we go. Orange autumn trees. Interesting. Do not want to get attacked by a skeleton this early. We're going to close that off. Let's place down our first chest, and we will offload some non-essentials that we can return to later. River cane, the great wood, silver. Let's make some juice real quick with our juicer. And raspberry juice. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to make is it slabs like this? Yes, that's it. Drying racks. These are really useful in the early game. You can set them down and jerky our monster flesh. As you can see in the tooltip at the top, the dryness is going up, and that is going to produce us some food. There we go. Bit more room. Oh, I'm gonna going to need a little bit of a higher ceiling though. No worries. Oh, it looks like daytime is back. So this is a seasonal forest. I can see it right around here in the minimap, under the coordinates. So we can check this out here. Waypoints, actions. No, not here. Follow, zoom in. We're going to create a quick waypoint as loot. And that should highlight this area right here. So when we come back with a boat, we can find all this stuff again. We'll just leave the jerky. Alright, we have just enough wood to make another boat and be on our way. Oh, let's be careful. And slowly back up. There we go. Off we go. These are some beautiful trees. I'm glad I grabbed a sapling. Ooh, what's that? Is that a village? Maybe we've just discovered our first base location. Let's check it out on the map. Okay, so we can go a few different directions with water, so I'm not going to break the boat, hopefully, as I get close to the shore. It's just a small village. Okay, hopefully it doesn't break. Perfect. Ooh. Quite a battle up here. Oh. It's like a massive battle. Maybe I can free you guys from this little ravine. Ooh. And you, I will thank for showing me a little bit of coal. Is that uranium? Oh wow. I didn't know uranium was growing at the surface. It's a bit dangerous. If I recall correctly, these towers, the tallest one has a bit of loot inside of it. But I have to climb all the way to the top. And then we crack open. Oh, there's an enemy. I'm going to take you out really quickly. Ah, yes, there it is. Ooh, some armor. We're going to leave that for somebody else. It's an interesting little castle. Oh. You are RF Tool. Diamond charts. Maybe if I help them up to their house. Redstone lamps. Should we? Nah, let's just leave it all. It's very pretty though. Looks like these guys are all capable of defending this little village now. Pine cones. It's wonderful. What do we have nearby? It looks like this area right here. Ooh, yeah, this area right here, down this river. I am liking that. So we're going to go back to our boat real quick. Ooh, I missed that. Back to our boat, and we're going to go up this little river and see if that is possibly our new home. Well, look at that little happy little accident. There we go. That's a little bit of a jump. There we go. So around this bend, and we go up the river. It's like our little river Nile. You know, it goes right out to the ocean. We could make this like a big entryway to our base. Or we could even go crazy and make big statues like in the Lord of the Ring movies at the entrance. That'd be pretty cool. Oh wow, a dead swamp. Interesting. This looks pretty cool. I like the shift to the atmosphere. Oh, hello. A hobgoblin. Are you guys... It looks like you guys spawn in here. So what do we have around this dead swamp? Let's see. That is a very colorful couple of trees. What is this? Tall mystical grass. And these, ooh, barley. Wonder if we can make a brewery using barley. Ooh, rubber trees. You guys are very useful. I'm going to need some saplings. Thank you. Thank you. Right here. So this is a seasonal forest as well. Okay. Oh. Are those giant mountains? That could be very cool. It looks like it. Oh wow. That is definitely worthy of making a base. Wow, look at that. I really like Biomes of Plenty. So what is this? Crag rock. So this is a crag. Look at that. Isn't that the coolest thing? And we can probably start our base down here. I feel like that would be a good spot. But I am curious as to these cave systems. Get some early minerals, fuel. Okay, that was a quick crash. And as soon as I rejoined, I was met with some hostile mobs. So I buried myself in a little cobblestone hideaway for now. Let's see if I can. No. I'm going to need wood to turn these into something to light the way. Let me see what's available in this mod pack. Beeswax. Rubber. Interesting. Oh, it looked like a cane. Creosote. Okay, that's not a bad idea. The torchberries. Interesting. Carpenter blocks. I remember these. Carpenter safe. I haven't played with these mods in so long. All of this is like brand new. We're gonna want to go back there eventually and grab our loot. So what else can we focus on while we're here? We got a safari net, which is interesting. We're going to need one of these. Could have grabbed a what do you call them? A villager. That would have been interesting. But right now we are just waiting. Oh, I probably shouldn't use gravel for anything. Let's see if we can spot any. Oh, yep, there is one right here. There we go. Maybe now we can start clearing this area. It's such a beautiful mountain. I wonder what this wood looks like in planks. Just not enough. Let's put this down. Dead wood can't be turned to planks. You can make facades. What are those? Ooh, a coffin. Interesting. I don't remember what these do. Well, we'll have to find out and explore. Ooh, that could be interesting. A backpack. Oh, we could make some armor. some barrels. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's make a chess piece. Look at that, part tree. And that should be enough for a helmet. There we go. A little bit more protected. Now I wonder if I can use this wood to make a chest. That would be very handy. No, it would have to be plank, I'm sure. We're gonna have to go cut into this seasonal forest over here. Well, let's do that. We got some more wheat. Oh, well, while we're here, let's clear a bit of grass and start growing the sugar canes. You know, they say you reap what you sow. Well, I am hopefully planning ahead. Ooh, dark oak. That is a nice color. Got some regular oak. And I'm going to want to make sure that I pick up these beautiful saplings. We ought to have, well, there we go, we've completed a few quests. So let's check in with It's a Whole New Game. We get a free stone axe. Okay, well, let's make ourselves a chest real quick. Let's plop that down there. All this herbal stuff. That should be a nice quick clear. Oh, and you look at that. That I miss, the convenience of modern Minecraft. It's so nice. All right. Now we might be in a dead swamp, but that does not mean we have to live like a bunch of savages. So we're going to light this little area up before nighttime. That should be enough. And let's go grab the quest real quick. A nice little song. So we want rubber for this quest. Going to want a vanilla furnace. Okay. That'll net us some free coal. Perfect. And then the tinkering, the stencil table. Ah, right. That is true. How do you make the regular furnace here? I believe it's been changed, right? Compressed cobblestone. There we go. And we only need 8 of these, so let's keep the rest in a chest. And that should be perfect. I'm not actually going to keep that. Let's put the dead wood, the rubber wood, this random dirt, coke. Actually, we're probably going to want to put this down here. And throw the coke in there for when we need it. We're going to need grout, so let's keep the cobblestone on us. Get some more wood. And anything else we need to get rid of? I think. Oh, we have some pulpwood. Let's. Oh, yeah, look at that beautiful color. That is definitely worth turning into a floor. Look at that. That is such a wonderful color. Let's go get more. This is regular oak. I like this tree there. I'm not gonna touch it just yet. Let's go and take this one down. Now the goal should be to make a house before the next night time. Ooh, a gourd. Oh, that is nice. We got a zucchini, a cantaloupe, and a pumpkin. Aren't we lucky? Can't we? Oh yeah, look at that. This mountain looks ridiculously good. I can't wait to unlock jetpacks and all that fun stuff to fly around and check it out. An ore node. We're going to need some of this gravel for grout. Might as well harvest it. It's gorgeous. I'm not seeing any clay in this water, but that should be alright for now. Looks like the sun's going down. So it might be time to hurry up and make a little cabin. That should set us up for a nice start. There we go. And now we have breathing room. Perfect. So we have some gravel. We have clay. We're going to need sand. Let me think about this. A lot of different saplings in this chest now. Let's see if we can maybe greed ourselves a few pieces of sand. Oh, not that way. Going to be difficult without a sword, but I'm sure we can grab a few. There we go. That should be enough for now. That's slime. Thank you very much. All right, bit of apple juice. So if we have sand, we have clay, and we have gravel. There we go. I am grout. Perfect. Let's put these away. And maybe not a coal coat to begin with. I think that'd be a bit excessive. Let's get rid of this dead wood. If I remember correctly, a smeltery is what we need. Seared bricks. These are used. Oh, smelting? Oh, okay. I remember that. Smeltery drain the controller. Got a casting table. We're going to want some glass as well. Okay. The seared tank is usually best used for the smeltery, but these all hold the lava liquid in it, so I'm going to use what looks best, just because it's personal preference. Look at that, seared bricks. So we can start with some bricks. Smeltery creator. Oh, there we go. Mighty smeltery. I'm not reading all that. This is what we're essentially trying to build. Brownstone. Okay, I guess that is everything that's available. I'm curious about this brownstone. I don't remember it having an effect. We're going to need some more wood, it looks like. That way. Yep. Skeletons and creepers, different story than zombies and spiders. Let's try and run around. What that noise was, so we are going to back off slowly. I think we need an ink sac. Alright, little squid. Whoop. So skeleton or creeper. I think we can hit the creeper into the lava. Or he can explode in the water. That works too. Another skeleton. We are being cornered. Where are you going? Okay, I guess this is time to get back home. Just try not to aggro you. Oh, there we go. And not aggro you. Perfect. We are lucky. Okay. We're gonna need some axes. We're gonna need some shovels. We're gonna need more wood, and we're gonna let's make another chest. How do I want? Maybe like that. What's the there's a hotkey if I remember correctly. Not R. It'll come to me. Where's Simon? What do you use these for? Ooh. So meat, some pistachios, some dough butter. Okay, look at that. Fruit bait. Oh, I don't know what you're baiting with fruit, but fruit salad would be interesting. Cutting board. It's just an iron or copper. Interesting. Ooh. I can also make fruit punch like this. I wonder if the smoothies provide more hunger than the juice. Oh, it looks like there's an Enderman outside. Keep him at bay. Let's get a stencil started. So we need a crafting table, I believe. Tool station. Refill. Tool station. What's the other ones? That's not the right book. Neither is that. There it is. Volume 1. So stencil, wood plank, and wood log. Hi, monsieur. So we're going to need another wood log. Put that away. Put these away for now. I think we want to keep this stencil table. Oh, there you go. Oh, hi there. Might be able to actually take care of you if you do have that armor. Bones are useful. Yeah, these don't have a whole lot of durability. So this is what I mean. The collection doesn't allow you to use tools crafted in the vanilla form. So this is expert mode, I believe, is what changes this. So the durability is at 0 out of 1, but it's 1 out of 1 if you craft it using an ingot with the normal recipes. So you want to be making tinker's tools. We're going to be using the stone ones for a while, so we'll put this one away. So we're looking for an oak. Oh. You see me jumping like that? It's combat mechanic to basically crit the monsters, so you do a little bit more damage, but hoping, there you go. That's a refuel. Okay. A creeper heart. Phil is one of my cats. He really enjoys cuddling. This whole setup is this computer setup is set in a way that the cats can come around and get cuddles whenever they feel like it. Good. There. He's an old boy, but he's a good boy nonetheless. So we need some oak wood. Leave this one. Yep. Perfect. Let's grab a few. Alright, that's enough. So we need to put a stencil to the oak log, and then we need to make another stencil table, if I understand correctly, because this quest book says right here these quests require the oak variants to be completed. So we'll just make one to get the free blank patterns, and that stencil table is made. Stencil table. That's the oak variety. Okay. We can just burn the other one. That's not the end of the world. Perfect. That should complete. Part builder and pattern chest. The part builder. That is the log version. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to want a few more of these. And can we mix and match? Perfect. There we go. And now we need, you can take this stencil table, let's put it here. Tool station, part builder, stencil table, and now we want the chests. So if we get, I need another stencil, so let's get that. These are way too full, I cannot use one of those. Strings, there we go. And zombie brains. Let's put them here. Just store that away as well. That is an ender mini. A little bit of a lag spike. Can we get the skeleton? There you go. There you go, make some enemies. What is that? Uncommon treasure. Ooh. Gold pieces. What are those used for? A lot of things. Well, it looks like it's a replacement for gold nuggets, which is useful. So many things that are new that I'm gonna have to. Well, honestly, a lot of it I probably used in a way, shape, or form before, but I find that it's been so long that, you know, it's almost all brand new. These are really cool. We're gonna have to play around with these lights. Golden railway ticket. Okay, I can smelt it into a gold nugget. That's interesting. Cool. Well, we can make some molten gold later. I think we need these for the stencil parts. Actually, we can probably get that started. It'll get a little cramped, but should be alright for a bit. Stencils. We need wood. That's a lot of experience. And some more gold coins. Oh, even better. We got a splash potion of poison, some chain boots, which are a little bit more durability than the gold boots. I'm sorry, my cat is just being absolutely adorable. So I am more focused on petting him than in the game right now. That's because he's a handsome boy. Oh man, just adorable. You know, if you don't make time for the ones you love, you know, you're, in my opinion, you're more than wasting time, right? Playing video games and is not that much of a waste of time because you can learn a lot, but if you're not applying it in a way that is benefiting your life, then you're missing the point. All right, that's enough of let's get some wood. Can we hit that? Oh, nice. Oh, you were healing. Alright, well, that took a lot more HP than I was expecting. What do we need? We need sand, right? More grout. We'll fill that in with dirt at a later date. That looks good. And let's find out what we got. That's a little treasure bag. Ooh! An ender pearl. That's going to be very handy. Alright, let's get for you started. Make another chest. And then oh, what are these? Mini chests. Alright, and is that good? Nope, we need a tool station. Yep, we're good. Perfect. And I've got balls of moss. Stone bricks into mossy stone bricks and use those. Okay, interesting. We have to make a chisel, that's right. And the rubber and the smeltery. Okay. We're going to want to put all this to good use. So let's grab you guys. And get that started. We need a bunch of clay because I want to make a coal coke oven as soon as possible. That is going to be major importance. Which one needs the patterns? The part builder here, I believe so. So let's move you out of the way. There you go. Perfect. So I want a pickaxe head. I want a tough tool rod. I'm not sure. I need a tool rod for sure. And an axe head. Oh, and I'm gonna want a sword for sure. I want a sword. Do I want a large blade? Let me check. In here, what can we make? The long sword for charging. Rapier with the, oh, I remember the rapier. The frying pan. The chisel. So we're going to want a chisel head and the tool handle. And we want a tool binding. The mattock. Yeah, so the axe head, the shovel head. The throne, the dagger. And that is... okay. So a few things. Let's get the tool binding, the shovel head, the axe head, the chisel head, and I think we need the sword blade, and I think it's the small one, the crossbar. Let me confirm. This one right here. Crossbar, right. Perfect. So that should be every stencil that we need. Throw these in here. And let's start with our sword. I feel like that's where we've been lacking. And since this one takes 0.5 materials, we're going to get a tool rod out of it, and I'm going to use the shard to make the crossbar. Perfect. This one. There we go. So I can make these out of all sorts of material. I'm just using stone right now because it's very easy to do, but I will want to make some with paper, because paper adds modifiers, and the modifiers are important to increase the damage, the speed, and all sorts of fun things. So this weapon, you can right click and get a nice little bounce back, which is very useful, very handy in fights. I'm eventually going to want the big sword, because the big sword provides more monster heads. And the monster heads are very useful, especially in the magic-based mods. Ooh, I missed one. Can I find... Oh, yes, we do have some clay. Perfect. Mud. Interesting. Oh, you sink a little bit in the mud. That's cool. Kind of like soul sand. Let's go back up. I think that's all the clay. There's no clay over here. Oh, we do have a bunch of clay over here. And again, we're going to need a bunch of clay for the cocoa coven, which requires bricks, if I'm not mistaken. And those bricks are just cooked clay. So the more the merrier right now. I gotta remember to stay above the water, because if I stay above the water, I can dig a lot quicker. I missed one. Perfect. This auto node is going to be very useful once I start thaumcraft. Let's grab a bit of this. Hopefully, there we go. Cool. Now that I've arrived, I should start planting my bushes so that I have food for later. But I left the bushes in the loot chest, so we will go back for those. Let me check if I can start one of these. I'm going to need more gravel. That's fine. Let's toss in the grout. Let's place all this stuff in here. And then I'm gonna go get the loot out of that chest so that I don't forget about it. Because I will. Alright. The sun is going down. Oh, let me put a waypoint down here. I don't remember the hotkey for waypoints. You maximum distance. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, that is way too advanced. Way too advanced. Always map caves. This is very interesting. But it is not what I'm looking for, so enable minimap. Oh, that's what I wanted to change. There we go. Show the grid. Let's make a new waypoint and call it home. Pick something in the green. Perfect. Actually, you probably want to make it can we make it, can I close? No, okay. Well, I'll figure it out later. Let's go get our stuff. Skeleton's persistent. Ooh, and we have a meteorite for AE real close. That is really good news. I think we need 3 or 4 meteorites per person. I am really risking it here. Do we go down the Nile? Can I leave a boat here? It'd be very handy if I did. I did. Just look at that. We don't even need to use our new boat. Nope, thank you. So, the smeltery. I believe we need a bucket to transfer some lava into the smeltery, but if we accomplish the quest, we should be getting a bit of lava for free out of lava capsules. We're going to want buckets to get the creosote oil out of the cocoa oven as well, so it's very important. First objective. But like I said earlier, iron plates are a replacement for a lot of iron ingots in this mod pack, so an enormous amount of work is going to go into getting just a simple thing like a bucket. But it's going to be very rewarding because we're going to start dabbing into electricity and machinery. Don't go too far, please, boat. Bring a pick. Perfect. Oh, look at that, our jerky. Take the drying racks as well. Might as well. Grab this bit of copper. You never know. And an extra chest. Perfect. So now we just have to find the boat. Boat that's going on his own adventure. So while we head that way, I'm going to remove this waypoint. Perfect. We could probably take a villager to smelt down in the smeltery for some emeralds if we absolutely need to. So I'm going to keep that in mind when I consider what I'm going to use the capture thing for. We have our bushes, perfect. Looks like they're fighting off monsters. I'm glad I could help. And we're gonna ram the boat in, get some sticks and wood. Perfect. And hopefully, ooh, that's another ore node. Hopefully, we can make it back without getting hurt too bad. That's a nice little cave. I should come visit these during the daytime. Oh, a bunch of witches. Oh, definitely not get close to those. They will throw a poison potion at me, and that will be the end. Okay. So bushes, we got our drying racks. Let's put those up here. There we go. An egg. Well, a good thing we grabbed this chest because now we have a need for it. Going to want more coke. I remember these. Yeah, they make quicksilver. That's gonna be fun. Can't wait to get into thaumcraft. So we have our seared bricks. Which other kind of bricks do we need? We need there's the brick. Let's put this away. What's the Bounce pad. Interesting. A punji stick. Maybe I'll try those. So the controller is like a chess. Oh. Okay, a book is made like that. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, lilies. Maybe that'd be an interesting way to... Those could be interesting as well. Ooh. On your hands. I wonder how that works. So many different. Attach moss to an armor and use it with life. A double jump. That's a gas tier though. That is a bit of a ways away. Okay. The controller. I believe we need... What do we need for the quest? That's what's really important. We need the seared tank for the quest. Okay. The drain, the casting table, and 18 bricks. Yep. There we go. And if we absolutely need seared tank, then I believe we need to smelt some of this. And let's get ourselves some... Do we still have dead wood? We should have dead wood, right? Maybe we used it. Well, we can use... Can we use a boat? No. Okay. We'll use the stencil table and start cooking up some of the clay so that we don't waste away all that burning fuel. And we need to go put our bushes outside. Let's start here. So if we have sand, we're going to need a lot more bricks, I believe. Oh, we need the sear tank first. What are we at? Oh, we should be at 3. We need 15 more. 15 times 4. Or you need 60 sand. Or 60 gravel. And a lot more sand. So let's make the tools for that purpose. That the axe head and the tool handle. And the purpose of making these out of stone is going to be that we can repair them with cobblestone, which is always very important. A cheap repair material is going to make the difference this early in the game for sure. Let me put these here so that I can keep an eye on them. We're almost halfway. I'm getting a lot of flint. I wonder if... I'm pretty sure you could use flint in tinkers to make some tools. It's been a while. I'm gonna have to give that a look. Look at that. Perfect. More flowing water. Okay. So you can't repair it like this, I believe. Yeah. You're gonna need a the actual repair bench, or the tool making bench, essentially. And that's going to provide us with a very cheap way to repair our tools without overcommitting in the early tool sets. Yeah, so if I do this and I put that, yeah, fully repaired. Perfect. If I was smart, I would have taken the actual tool station with me so that I could repair my tools on the go. But we all make mistakes. And I only need about a dozen pieces. So that's it for the gravel, and I'm going to grab a few bits of sand. I'm going to grab a little bit more than I need because I think I'm going to need glass bottles at some point, if I remember correctly. There we go. That looks clean. And perfect timing since the sun seems to be going down. I got really lucky finding that cold coke at the beginning. It saved me a lot of headache for fuel, because this stuff it's expensive, especially early on. All right, gravel, sand, clay. And cold coke. Perfect. So, how do you make... You make the coke bricks, I believe. So make it like that, or coke oven brick like that. So that costs more clay. Immersive engineering. Oh, I remember immersive engineering from. Oh yeah, that is very cool. I remember that. Safer decorations. Yeah. Copper and steel. I think we'll make that. Maybe I can squeeze in a few more sand blocks before the mobs get a bit crazy. Oh. Oh, looks like the skeletons have found me. We'll back up a little bit. It's so handy. Can't do it in the water though. I have it the wrong way. That makes sense. a few more. Might as well make a pickaxe in the meantime. Tool binding. Pick, binding, tool rod. Alright, look at the difference. This has a durability of 131, which is a little bit over twice the amount of a stone pickaxe, and this can be repaired very easily. I can also change the bindings out and put it in, for more modifiers and all that fun stuff, but we're just looking for the stone bound modifier. That's all right now. So this will be a good first set of tools. We then want the chisel. That's going to be useful. I'm curious if you got to put your chisel in. Will come back to me. We're probably going to need a little bit more fuel, but I am hesitant to use the rest of our coal because we're going to need some torches to go down into that little cave we saw earlier by the torches. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's we should be getting near. I think it's 15, 18. Oh, and then we can make a knapsack. That's right. I forgot about these. Oh, we broke our wooden helmet. Well, at least it was very useful. Knapsack. Some leather, gold ingots, iron tough rod. These we're going to be able to make with the smeltery. I could technically make iron ingots and all that fun stuff, but you're essentially doubling your ores early game if you use a smeltery. So that's the goal. I'll be able to make tools out of this stuff as well. You can see the modifier will make my durability 1.3 times what it is right now. The aluminum brass is tin and copper, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Aluminum and copper. Okay, yeah. But we can skip all that, go straight to gold ingots if we simply smelt these gold coins. So that might be the path I take. We could probably start putting these down if it's not too dark. No. I think I'm going to shave this down one level. I should probably be hitting all this grass for seeds. See, you got some garlic, got some cotton seeds, potato seeds, some hemp, some carrots. That was a good call. I even missed a few. Water artichokes. That. Oh, I do not want to place all this stuff down just yet. I am going to need it in the inventory for the quest. But this is a good spot for it. I can probably place down the coke oven. I don't think that's a quest in the book. We'll check. Doesn't look like it, so place these down, and we'll just put a smeltery over here. Perfect. Now that you're completed, give me the free lava and these lava cans. Perfect. Ball of moss. To turn. Maybe I'm using the wrong chisel. There is a lot of chisels. Okay. Let's get the smeltery started. Let's do it here. Controller there. The drain here. Perfect. So this, there we go, should open up the smeltery. Now we can use these cans to fill up our tank. Perfect. So this drain here can be placed anywhere around. I'm choosing it here right now because once I start putting ores in here, like iron and copper, they're going to fill up this area. I can bring this up, make it as tall as I want, but this is a good little startup. We're going to need to go mine soon. Let's see, did we, yes, we didn't use up all of our coal. Perfect. Let's make some torches. Drop everything that we don't need. I'm not gonna need that. This can stay here. We'll take the food, but I will bring. Actually, let's keep this with us. I will bring the tool station. To repair our tools on the go, essentially. Oh, technically I don't need the axe because I have the medic. I wonder if that's water. That looks really cool. The lava on one side and the water on the other. It would make a really cool base, like right in the middle here. I'm gonna need some method of flying before I can utilize that though. Anything in here? Let me use the non-repairable pickaxe first, so I don't have clutter in the inventory. Okay, it's a nice short cave. I'll leave a torch at the start to know that I've been here before. Oh, this is nice. I remember marble. That's a fun block. Looking forward to making a nice base out of that stuff. Always thankful for the dense ore blocks. Haven't seen any hats on the mobs yet. Wonder when I'll see one. It's always funny when you see a big hat on a bat. Oh, there we go, our first enemy. Let's allow him to get close. Ooh. Free bones. And that looks like the end of that side. Perfect. On the ceiling. You gotta remember, as a gamer, you gotta look up. It's an easy mistake to make. I didn't bring any wood, did I? That's another Minecraft noob mistake, is going mining without wood, so you can't make your own torches on the go. What? As I play this, I'll start remembering all the little tips and tricks. I'll grab that. Maybe I'll need it later. I'm gonna grab that torch that I placed next to the lava. Don't think I'm going to be needing this one here. Ooh, please don't fall in. Ah, nice. Another dense block. If I remember correctly, this stuff is just utterly useless. I think it's used for like fertilizer or something, and it just completely fills up your storage space. But we're hopefully going to have that sorted out very early on, so that we don't freak out over a lack of space and a bunch of clutter. That's never fun, you know, when you're looking for something and you can't find it because you just have too much of useless things. If you're wondering why I'm still mining it, it's simply because the experience is nice, and if I'm not mistaken, you can use it for fertilizer, and I intend to get into gardening in this mod pack. Minecraft gardening has always been really fun. As long as the sound doesn't get closer, we're good. we go. And this is where we'll climb back up. Let's just finish this little vein of coal. Ooh, charged quartz. Applied energistics. One of my favorite mods. Shocking. I'm pretty sure you can use the quartz in Tinker modifiers. That would be very useful. Not having to get to the nether just to add some sharpening effects on something. Okay, let's climb back up. Let's go smelt our haul. Ooh, sounds like we have a squishy. Yep. And that's it. We are all the way back at spawn. How far is home? 1,200 blocks. That is going to be a trek. But I got a little bit greedy with the... Ooh, skeleton. I got a little bit greedy with the slime, so that's what happens. A lesson learned. So 2, 9, I think I'm going to need 5 wood for a boat. There. Yeah, there it is. I don't like to leave almost broken trees. There. Now it's like the tree was never there. And an extra. And off we are. So, to get home, we're going to need to go through all this water. And we are right here. So I don't know if there is land in this region. We're going to find out. Might have to go the long way around. That serves us for not having made a bed already. But I don't think we can make shears. Can we? Yep, iron ingots. So we're gonna make those as soon as we get back. Make a bed, set our spawn point, so that this doesn't happen again. These are beautiful trees. I should definitely get a sapling. Not this time though. I'm not sure if there are gravestones in this mod packs, so I'm just going to try and hurry back. Focus on saving what we've mined and done as progress so far. We got a nice stretch of water. We're gonna come up on my little Nile. This is a really nice seed. I'm really enjoying this. You got nice long stretches of water. You've got a good amount of plain biomes to forest biomes. The initial world I tested this mod pack on just to get a feel for setting an expert mode and making sure the server worked. The initial world was a spawn in a mushroom biome, which I thought was really lucky, but the world was generated without biomes of plenty, which unfortunately isn't as interesting as this. Like, we wouldn't have had a beautiful mountainside to make a base by without biomes of plenty. So it's definitely a mod that I want enabled when generating the world. We're just gonna go right up to the little Nile here, little river, and we're gonna follow it up, break this boat, and get our loot. There we go. Only a few meters left. We'll be right there. A little more of those canes. Looks like we do get a gravestone. Perfect. That's good to know. So all our stuff should be in here. There we go. Let's put the armor back on. Move our tools to somewhere that we can reach very quickly. Maybe repair the sword in case we stumble across any enemies. Let's not forget our tool station. Perfect. So now that we have this unlocked, let's start smelting some iron. Look at that. I just love this mod. We'll place that in here for now. Save us a bit of space. Okay. So we're gonna need the sand, and we're gonna need to cook some clay. let's get that started. Probably have a jerky. Put that away. If I'm not mistaken, that's the gold ingot, but the hide. Can you make hide? Imp leather. We could get into Botania. Sawmill, you can recycle. I could probably kill a cow or two. That's not the end of the world. Well, we're gonna need a bit more sand. So 9, 21, just over 100 sand. That is quite a haul. And that is Lily, another one of our cats. She probably just had a bite to eat. Oh, that's another village. That's worth going to check out. Probably should have mapped this general area before settling down so quickly. Hey. Here, a cuddle bug, eh? What? Looks like we have some wheat. And the tinkerer. Oh, that's interesting. Paper pickaxe. Ooh, slime crossbar. I think the slime crossbar is actually good. Yeah, I think it adds an enormous amount of durability, if I'm not mistaken, like this. 1200 durability. Do we need anything from here? We can probably take the wide guard. A full guard. Looks like the rest can stay here. Here, Here, I'm gonna take some of his rug. Because I did not learn my lesson. And I made... Oh, more stuff in here. Iron knife. Paper crossbar might be interesting. Ooh, that'll be worth it. Definitely. I'm gonna put these back after I've made a bed. Librarian. That must mean that I see you. You happy? Goodness. I'm going to take some of his books. That's the same one. Ooh, chicken fur. Might not be a bad idea. You guys stuck in a mountain? Yeah. You guys are now free to leave. Another tinkerer. Interesting. Bone chisel, slimy sword blade. Ooh, bronze will take. I don't think we need a hand guard. I think we have everything that's here. Oh wow, that is cool, but it's a knife blade, so it means it's you throw it once and it's done. So I'm gonna keep it there. Let's free him. The priest. Ooh, glowstone could be very useful. Nothing here and nothing there. Ooh, this is nice. Snowballs. Oh, isn't that... Don't we need a snowball for artichokes, curry leaves? I'm gonna keep this in mind, but I don't think I'm gonna pillage this place yet. Rutabaga, okra, sweet potatoes, cantaloupes. Very useful. Definitely better than that first village. And let's get a little pathway up to here. Librarian. He's just like that other guy. Book of Biomes. Let me see if so I was there this evening about his birth. A demonic pack of sorts, butchering a chicken over his skull with a bow line, holding a glass goblet to collect the blood as barbaric tools. Apparently starve a long forgotten rite. I made a sketch. Open in the moon, string red dust towards the skull. Bula, taking her to the lake's lava underworld, proving his worth to her. That glass goblet again. Could be someone really drinking of that thing. I might just leave that here for now. Oh, I'll take that back. Diary of a Tinker. That's just an adventure log? It looks like it's... I'm not reading all that. It's... torn pages. I don't know what those are for. Books of bio. Yeah, that's... conjuration. Witch's brew. Herbology. Oh, that's a nice little shop he's got. Okay, so that seems to be everything. Oh no, there are way more upstairs around the corner. This is this seems like a broken village. Oh, that must be what this mountain of dirt is for. Ooh. Oh, this is nice. I am going to help myself here for sure. Yeah. Oh, nice. They don't even miss the corners. This will be useful to upgrade our own smeltery. We can very easily grow it so that every time we place more ores into a smeltery, we use the same amount of lava to smelt down the entire row of ores. I don't know if I explained that right. The larger your smeltery, the more ores you can fit on the first level, and each level requests more lava as fuel. So if we make our smeltery as large as this, we can smelt the same amount of ores from from using the same amount of lava as fuel as our current smaller smeltery. So there is a benefit to upgrading your smeltery's size and not just top end. As soon as I have a bucket, the top end part is going to be a lot more interesting, because then I'll be able to put entire stacks of ores into it at once. But until then, fuel is very, very sacred, so we are going to be very careful with how much we use. Yeah, I am definitely not climbing all the way up there. I don't think I even have the blocks to make that trip yet. And more of the village. It's a really big village. That's hilarious though, that generation. It looks like there's a well all the way up there. So more Ooh, more of this stuff. We've got sprinklers, I believe. Yeah, and the irrigation system. Seed analyzer. This is going to be important for agricraft, so I am going to yoink it. Rest can stay here. This biome is crazy. Oh, wheat for emerald. That's always a good one. Not so much. You stuck? Yeah. Let me help free you guys. Oh no, I left. I left the repair station. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to get a bit creative here. Maybe we actually sleep. 63 emeralds for 1 onion seed. That man is on some other level of onions. Let's make it day before we make our trip back. There it is. Make sure to pick it up this time. Ooh, that's cool. You're the same priest as earlier. You guys look like you need a golem. I think I came out here for some sand. And we got way off course. Oh, it looks like we started making some berries. Good, good. Lots of food. All right. I believe we need to salt some of those gold coins. Yes. I don't remember if you need to fill in the middle of the coke oven. We'll see. I need some more sand before we get that. Ooh, I did want to try making a smoothie. I'm going to need to organize these. Toss that in here. Toss you here. Aluminum brass. I think we can do this for now. We can make a casting basin and molten ingots. That way we're making iron blocks. And we can turn the iron blocks into ingots. And I'm going to take the ingot, put it on this casting table, and then we can dump the aluminum brass onto the ingot to make an ingot cast. Not quite sure what I'm going to use ingot cast for just yet, but at least I'm going to have a cast for it. Let's try making a smoothie. A blueberry smoothie. I know from experience those are very delicious. There we go. And aluminum brass. Perfect. So now we can make ingots. Nice. So we want, let's use the stuff we have already. A binding cast. A shovel head cast. Oh. What's the crossbar used for? Let's make this. And we need a cow. Probably not gonna find them in the dead swamp. So let's head out this way. Ooh. Sun feels like it's coming down. I might want to put the bed down and save a spawn in case the worst happens. I need to make this place way bigger. looks like we have some pigs on the map. Yeah, lots of pigs. A few sheeps. But no cows, not yet. Alright, let's check the smoothie. It might be a half a hunger bar more than the juice. And look at that, cows. So how many we need for the knapsack? 6 hides. We have 2. Looks like we have some more cows up there. And that dead swamp keeps going around. Four. So we need 2 more. And nighttime's rolling around, so we will head right back. Oh, you're quick. Oh, I'm gonna need 1 more. There we go. So the tough rod. So the tough rod is something we have to create. I believe it's over here. Okay. For that, we're going to need a bit of wood. First, and then we put 3 cobblestones, and then we can put that cobblestone tough rod down here. Oh, you're a tough guy. All armored up and everything. Let's make sure I can take you on. Actually, let's see if I can. Jesus, fight. Nope. There we go. A little bit tougher than I expected, but at least he is out of the way. Do I still have iron ore? Yes, perfect. Let's smelt that down. Aluminum brass. There we go. Perfect. So let's take that, and we're gonna need 2 of those, right? Yes. Perfect. I wonder how much space that's going to be. I really don't remember. Can probably put some of these away. Pick that up. You up. And what's, yeah, I'm making a knapsack next. Who made buckets so hard? So cans. We need to make cans. From forestry. Interesting. Tin. Okay. Don't think we found tin yet, but we'll get around to that. One, two. So I believe that we need the tool forge this. Oh, okay. Definitely they've changed the recipe for that. So dense refined iron plate. Okay, compressor. And get an electricity. We'll get around to that. Place it down. Perfect. Let's take this. Oh, there's no reward for it. Okay. No worries. It's a reward in itself. Oh, I have to. A knapsack to hold your things. Ah, okay. That's interesting. That'll come in handy. In the meantime, we can probably make... Oh, we're going to need a little bit more sand. That's what we need. We need the tool rod itself. So that is actually here. Tool rod. Make that. And the axe head. How much aluminum brass? 4. Go. That should let us safely make an iron mattock. But the iron mattock, I think I'm going to make it with the can I smelt these? I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to make it out of paper, because if I make it out of paper, I'm going to allow myself to use redstone on it later on, and that way I will be able to speed up all of my sand harvesting. Just make sure I have iron. Perfect. So we have iron, we have the shovel, iron, shovel, and then we need the tool rod and some paper. In here. Perfect. Here. Look at that. So now we have writable, which means we have an extra modifier. We have very high mining speed, a good amount of durability. Should be useful. This will be our new mattock. I won't toss it just yet, but I'll keep it around. This one will be a bit more expensive to repair though. I need juice. So when I figure out how to put the, the moss modifier on there, then this tool will repair itself while I'm not using it, which is very handy for not having to spend iron ingots to repair a tool. It looks like we have a snow biome over here. Oh, that is very dangerous. I'm gonna put a little warning. I'm just looking for some more sand that isn't going to break the aesthetic of what's near the base, so this will probably do for a bit. Looks like I should have gone to bed before coming to explore. Ooh. If that's a lava lake. Good. I'm gonna put down a waypoint. Let's not get too close. Yeah, that is a good color. This seems nice. Okay, not that way. Oh, looks like there's a cave here as well. Definitely worth coming back this way. Not for sand, though. Definitely not for sand. Ooh. Alright, well, there's not too much. Let's head back, hit the hay, and once it's daytime, we can head out in a different direction for sand. This is going to be so fun to climb. Oh, do I want to? Yeah, well, I guess I'm picking that fight. Maybe not. Okay. I already have an ender pearl, so it's not nothing too crazy. I love these berry bushes. They grow like reeds, like the sugar canes, and it's just a nice, quick and easy source of food. But you do have to get a juicer because otherwise you're getting half a hunger point per berry, which is not a lot. So. I think we need 9. Possibly 10. So let's get 50 just to be on the safe side. Not sure if we need more clay, but I'm better safe than sorry. There we go. I think we need to cook up a little bit more, a few more bricks. So let's get that done, get the coal coke started, and we'll have a good start, right? Oh, you do have. There you go. It does say hollow. Perfect. So if we need 6 more, we're going to need 24. So we do have enough clay now. I did well to actually pick them up. We are running out of space, both in this little room and the chest. So I'm going to need to think about how I want to expand this. I think we eventually want to have a base up in the mountains somewhere. I think that would be a very cool way to do it. Like if I do it at like this height here and I just start building like bridges between the empty spaces, I think that would look really nice, and just have sort of a cave dwelling. But this area right here, where the water and lava meet, I think that would make a very cool entrance as well. So we can plan that out. You know, something like right here. Open that up in the corner. Make it so that it's like kind of a dwarven underground city type, but in the high mountains. I think that'll be cool. Until then, though, I have to, and I think that's going to be good once I have a jetpack, because until I have a jetpack, it's going to be very difficult to maneuver in the heights of these mountains. There we go. I can leave those. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can leave them there. So nice. Oh. That's cool. We got a Enderman donation. I think that's just enough to make an Ender Pearl too. That's pretty cool. If an Enderman lands inside of here, which he probably did earlier when he jumped, he will sacrifice. He will bleed essentially into here. If you yourself fall in here, you will create blood that you can use, I believe, to make pig iron. If a villager ends up in here, you will get emeralds. So all niche little bits of knowledge to keep in mind if you're ever hurting for a specific resource. And we're going to need one more after that. Then we can start producing coal coke. We can probably try this guy here. And top up our stash of juice. I'm going to stick with the blueberries for now because I don't want to take too much inventory space. My juicer right here. And there we go. And let's place this last coke. We have some more. There we go. Actually, we can probably make this even better by making blocks. So a coal coke oven. There you go. Once you've placed the last block, will turn into the actual oven. And this is what it looks like. You can generate creosote oil, and once you have filled up this oven with oil, you will not be able to use it anymore. So you do need buckets or cans or vials, and that's my little neat trick, because I'm going to heat up these sand into glass and make vials to take some oil out. You can basically turn coal into coal coke, which is just a longer burning version of coal. Very useful for the early game, especially if we're going to start getting electricity and we're going to want fuel for the machines. And using blocks instead of the actual coal will just make this progress last even longer, produce even more oil. But that is just fine with me because this is a server, so even if I log out and I exit the world and I disconnect, this will keep going. I believe it'll keep going if, here, claim chunks. I'm gonna do this and claim these chunks right here, just for now. I eventually want to get right in this area. It'll be really cool. So when these chunks are claimed, I don't know if they are loaded. There you go. So control left click changes the claim to chunk loaded. So there you go. I get 50 chunks to load, and I can claim up to 1,000. And this is just all by default, right? So it is very useful. I'm going to keep this. There you go. Top right, you see Mick. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. We're going to cook up a bit of glass with some burnable material. What do we have that is? Oh, we have one. That's perfect. Some rubber wood. I think we should use the rubber wood because I don't think we can make anything with the rubber wood. We want the rubber saplings from the rubber wood because those will allow us to harvest a lot of the rubber spots from this wood, which is very useful for making wires and all sorts of machinery. So we're going to keep the saplings and burn the logs. Yeah, this takes forever, which is nice if you're going on a nice trek, but if you're trying to be in a hurry, well, this will humble you for sure. There's another one we're gonna need to produce steel, another oven, and we're gonna have that right next door, so we'll be good to go then. But yeah, we're just trying to get to a point where we get a jetpack, and then we can move this entire place somewhere up in the mountains. There you go. Like I said, we're gonna make some glass bottles. My apologies, they're not vials. And we'll leave these here. And once this is used up, it'll create some oil, which will get used, put into here. And we're gonna need this oil because there is something called treated sticks, and these are going to be used for a lot of very useful early game engineering. One of them being this forge hammer, because this forge hammer will allow us to make these plates. Remember how I talked about buckets and iron plates? Well, there you go. You can make sheet metal block. Cool. I am just figuring out a lot of this stuff with you guys. That's how you make a cauldron as well, so we'll be able to get into some witchery. An iron chest would be always useful. My procrastinating getting into drawers. But there is the recipe for a bucket. So this will be useful for getting lava into our smeltery so that we can keep doubling the ores we go out and mine. But I think this is a good amount of progress. We're going to call it a day. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.